Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And, of course, the program on the cable systems replay in its entirety at Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. And we get more and more calls from many of you that's the program you're watching. And as you can see in the background,
watch that lightning over your shoulder. It might hit us.
This is Wednesday morning. We like to remind you that we taped the day before. And you can see the background is bad weather. And I saw some light flooding on lots driving on exit 4, taking exit 4 to get to Delta Media, heading south on I-49.
And it's raining so hard, you may better hear the rain falling on our microphones today as we do the show. I mean, it's really coming down hard. So.
And
I'm Andrew Guitro, by the way. I'm introducing myself this
sidekick.
week.
Yeah, he wants to get paid the whole program. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it counts if I say it. Maybe it has to be you for me to get paid.
Well, it does, but I want to offer my hello to you.
Well,
Andrew Guitro, my sidekick, and we're feeling good, although the weather is bad. We really needed some rain, but I'm not quite sure that the little plants that the farmers have can stand too much more rain. Some of them are just sprouting out the ground, not good for those.
I called Marcus Guidros this morning at CPS at 8 o'clock. He told me they were registering 2 inches in some places in Opelousas, 6 inches in some places just south of Opelousas and just north of Opelousas. So I think the northern part of the parish was about 2 inches, but 6 inches already at 8 o'clock in the morning at certain spots. So.
And it was really just moving through here.
Now, yeah.
And it's going to rain through tomorrow, according to what, through Thursday or Friday.
And Saturday, too, I'm even seeing.
Yeah, so anyhow, I just built a new little project at 3 Mile Lake, and I didn't build it probably high enough. And, well, we'll see. We'll get a good test. We'll find out. The lake was already going up, spent the night there last night. And anyhow...
Well, you know what we could do with that?
I hope we don't have too much flood. Let's hope if you have flood insurance, I hope it's with Imperial Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. We're selling a lot of it. Imperial is
out of Opelousas.
Out of Opelousas. The company is licensed to sell FEMA flood insurance coverages, and are doing so in a number of states now, not just Louisiana. So I want to put in a plug for Imperial Fire and Casualty, and of course my little buddy Noel Bunall heads up the flood insurance program throughout the states that we operate in, and Florida, of course, is becoming a big producer. Because a lot of flood insurance there.
It reminds me of one of our sponsors too, Dixie Storage. You know, if you one of those houses that gets a little water in it and you got to do some redoing to get everything going, maybe you want to take the good furniture, bring all that to Dixie Storage, put it in some of their storage units. They got little bitty units, they got huge units, whatever size you need. Maybe you got some of the stuff coming in to redo the house. You can put it there till you take it out. If you're a contractor, maybe you got some of your tools there, maybe extra parts there you can keep in their different storage units. People put their RVs, their boats, their climate controlled units available there, or electrified, where you can plug in your RV to keep the refrigerator and everything going to keep it nice and neat for you.
Batteries charged.
That's right. Don't forget Dixie Storage with their sister company, A-Plus Glass. Does all commercial and business glass work in Opelousas and in Lafayette as well. Also do inspections from the littlest car to the biggest 18-wheeler. And one more sponsor. Let's go with our newest sponsor, St. Landry Homestead. St. Landry Homestead with locations in Opelousas, Eunice, and Port Barry.
And I want to add something about Port Barry. Sunday, I usually attend, when I'm at 3 Mile Lake, I usually attend Mass in Crotch Springs. Crotch Springs didn't have a 9 o'clock Mass. I broke my nose, like the old Frenchman used to say, and went there, had a sign on the door. They were going to have a 10:30 Queen's Mass. Well, they were having a festival at the same time, so I can understand what was going on. I got my cell phone. I looked up Catholic directory.
Man, you're so smart with that. You find masses around the area?
All over the world. Yeah. And I looked up Port Barry. Well, it came up. The nearest town was Port Barry. And Crotch Springs, looked up Port Barry.
Oh, you slick.
Got there. It was 9 o'clock Mass. Got there about 5 minutes late. Sat, I went up about the middle, I guess.
The priest didn't call you out? In the old days, they might have called you out.
Yeah, and this priest might have called me out too. We already had our little differences, but that's all right. we'll correct that little problem. We haven't corrected it, but it reminded me that Raymond Hebert wants to talk to the priest and explain to him that
what happened.
Right. Yeah, these grants that use the words grant, but it's not the Community Foundation of Acadiana.
Community Foundation is the administrator for the Bobby Dupree grants.
And the Bobby Dupree Family Trust. It said all of that in the letter. But anyhow, we'll get that all straight. Made Mass there, and met a lot of people that I knew, so I felt right at home. And then driving back to the highway on the right-hand side, I noticed a sign. I slowed up. I didn't take a picture. I'm kind of guilty there, but I did see the sign, future site of St. Landry Homestead.
There you go.
Beautiful site. It's on a corner lot. It's probably 2 to 3 blocks from where they presently have where they've been located since
they moved into Port Barre.
Opened in Port Barre. I remember when we as a group worked to help Totsi get on the board.
Ray Thibodeau, I guess, was the original manager of that location.
Could be, and Totsi is still on the board at Homestead. So good morning to everybody over there at the Homestead. Thank y'all y'all have been advertising, but you weren't on the mention. You were on the break time, and we appreciate that. And the location has a beautiful oak tree, and I bet they leave that beautiful oak tree. It doesn't seem to be. I think the lot's plenty large enough, and it's on the corner so you can do entrances and exits real good. Good luck to the Homestead.
And they've been open since the 1920s, so you got old-fashioned service, but you got new high-tech things. They even got their own iPhone app if you want to check your balance, you want to do transfers between your accounts, pay your bills, use your iPhone to do all that. So that if you've driven by there lately, you need to go by. They put 2 new video boards. One's that kind of...
That's on the...
in their main location in Opelousas.
Yes, right.
On the side of the building, it's like red text. They always got words, you know, some kind of message going on, letting you know what's available, interest rates. But on the back side, they've got one of these new TV screens. I mean, looks like what they have at the Superdome. You know, you can see videos. They're running commercials all day, all night. Anytime I pass by, you know, I'm not usually out too late, but I'm late enough that I get to see that thing. And early in the morning, at 4 in the morning, it's on.
Really?
So, yeah, I mean, it's neat to see. And it always, you know, advertising the commercial loans or
they're doing a lot better job than Churchill Downs is doing on their video.
Right, Churchill Downs has problems
for the
keeping their
fairgrounds
TVs going, exactly.
Oh, did you hear that the winner of the Pimlico California Chrome, the owner, said that Churchill Downs needed the Preakness. He won the Churchill. He won the Kentucky Derby. Then at Churchill Downs. Then he went to Pimlico, won the Preakness, and after that he said that the owners and management of Churchill Downs needs to come and pick up on the service that is provided at Pimlico compared to Churchill Downs. It was over a movement of, you know, one of the co-owners didn't go to the Pimlico. He was upset because somebody in his family needed to be transported by means of a wheelchair, and
there was no access?
Something happened. They wouldn't let him cross the track or something. It caused a lot of bad publicity. And Churchill Downs and Fairgrounds doesn't need any. The state legislature has really passed some good legislation. I want to thank all of you senators and state representatives for backing us wholeheartedly on a few bills just to get them to do what they need to do for the horsemen and all the beneficiaries.
Right. The big complaint
of the horse industry.
For people that don't know the whole story, the bottom line is this: Churchill Downs owns the track in New Orleans, and they're reaping the benefits of having a nice casino, you know, the video poker machines and all that. And they're not reinvesting enough to keep up the horse side.
They just made $25 million last year.
They're not reinvesting enough to keep up the horseman side. And it's the horseman side that's the center of the whole facility.
They can't have the slots without the horses.
So they got to get the horseman side correct, and they're just not maintaining it enough.
The Jazz Fest is a big boost for the economy, but it's held on the turf track for the horses. Track where the horses run. Yeah. And it's really caused a lot of problems. And then what I'm talking about, the TV, they got a couple of monitors that
when you sit in the clubhouse, you have to watch the monitors.
And yet, for the Kentucky Derby, they had just hurriedly installed a $12 million screen for that race, but don't care about New Orleans anymore. So anyhow, hopefully this will all be worked out. It usually works out, and if we all pull together, we can make it happen.
Well, we got a little benefit coming up on May 31st. There is a kayak fishing tournament coming up at Dubuisson Lake. It's a benefit for Woody and Nikki DeVille. One's got lung cancer, I think one's got breast cancer, is what's going on. It's sponsored by Bo's Garage. There's going to be a judging at Bo's Garage at 3 p.m. I'm not sure exactly what they're judging.
It's a cook-off.
Cook-off, all right. And there's a bike run as well, $15 to register for that. They leave at 8 a.m., come back at 10 a.m., like a little poker run, I guess.
Yep.
T-shirts, door prizes, tickets that you can buy, raffle tickets, a DJ. Go by. It's May 31st, which I guess is
that
what,
would be Saturday.
Saturday, huh? Yeah.
This Saturday.
Absolutely. So go by Bo's and help Woody and Nikki DeVille.
Okay. While we're talking about that, the second annual car show is going to be taking place June the 14th at Toby's Lounge and Reception Center, and I spoke to Wayne about it, and of course it's also car show and motorcycle show, and he's got me, Wayne's got me to have my little pickup truck worked on. I brought it into Danny's Tire World, and they had to order some new tires for it. Part of my problem, and then some adjustments and a couple of parts for the front end. It's one of these trucks that was put together with different parts of different vehicles that would fit under this 46 Chevy chassis. So anyhow, I attended the first annual car show last year, didn't bring anything. I'm gonna hopefully have my little pick-em-up truck all fixed up and shiny and all that, but I'm not gonna enter it in any contest. I just wanna go and let people look at it. It's been really done up nicely. Bought it at a car show when I went with a whole gang headed up by none other than Mr. Kelly Cormier and his lovely wife, Miss Elaine, handles all the arrangements of rooms and everything else. So again, Toby's Lounge, mark this down, June 14th.
While we're talking about cars, I went yesterday to Leger's Alignment and Wheels and Tires right there on Railroad. Went by, it's third generation kids that are there now that do most of the work. Tristan and Shad Leger. I want to thank both those young men. Great kids. I watch them grow up running skateboards with my son Ian. It's neat to see two college educated kids came back and working in the old family business that the grandfather started, and just real neat to see them working
real
hard.
Quick, Mark LeBlanc, who was the police Mark LeBlanc, not Mark LeBlanc, the banker at American Bank. He works for Born is Not It. He's retired from the Opelousas Police Department. And I learned that Born is firearm sales, which is located in Carencro, has 5 stores now, and that's big time business. They sell all types of pistols, AR-15s, you name it. They're licensed to sell it with the ammunition, and of course they do a lot of sales to police and ambulance type emergency units,
lights,
sirens,
paint jobs. I think
paint
you lined that up.
the decals. I mean, you name it. Tim Heinzen has really built up a big business, and he was raised in Opelousas, Louisiana, now in Carencro and the state of Louisiana. Good luck to you all.
We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll see you on the other side of one, folks.